What's up, everybody? It's Grim, and today I am coming to you with a special treat, because not only is Raw reactions for the November 7th, 2016 episode, but I'm also going to talk about SmackDown, the November 8th, 2016 episode, because the problem I'm having with Raw right now is, I feel there's not much to talk about. I'm going to pop on here and be like, yeah, so this is how Raw started off. Stephanie was in the ring, and she told Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman, you better get on the same page, in period mode. Because, your jobs depend on it when you go into the Survivor Series and represent the red brand. So that's what happened. That was the opening segment of Raw. Then they went into a cruiserweight title match. We got to see the debut of this really cool dude by the name of Noam Dar, brother. I like this guy. This kid kicked ass in the Cruiserweight Classic, so it was really cool to see him. He was alongside the Brian Anna Kendrick, and they went up against Sin Cara and Rich Swann. And Rich Swann and Sin Cara kicked their asses. Why the fuck would you have the debut of Noam Dar alongside the Cruiserweight Champion and have the fuckers lose? Maybe they're actually going to build up a feud between Kendrick. Oh, no, they're not. Because, I thought that maybe that's what they would do. Oh, let's see. Brian Kendrick loses to this guy. Maybe he'll be the number one contender. No. Why would we do that when we can put Kendrick up against Kalisto of SmackDown at the Survivor Series? And if Kalisto wins and takes the Cruiserweight title away from Kendrick, who just won it, they're going to put the Cruiserweights on SmackDown. But aren't they also doing their own 205 Live gimmick after SmackDown? So the Cruiserweights are going to be there anyway? So, I don't know. We'll talk about that in my Survivor Series predictions when I can put a little bit more thought into it. But, I don't know. I think the Cruiserweights might wind up on SmackDown. And speaking of SmackDown, I almost want to talk about that first because, I think more exciting stuff happened over there. Kurt Hawkins won a match! What the fuck? This was my face when Kurt Hawkins won a match. He actually beat Apollo Pubes. How did he do it? With a handful of tights, because he's a cheater. The only way he ever beat me was when he cheated, and that's the only way he beat Apollo Pubes. But a win is a win is a win is a win, and Kurt Hawkins finally has a win on SmackDown. Now, also, somehow, Baron Foreskin is now injured, and he won't be on the Survivor Series team. So, at the end of the episode, this is huge, people. Who did Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan reveal to be the final man on the SmackDown team at Survivor Series? Here comes the money! It's gonna be Shane McMahon! We get to see Shane McMahon return to the ring for the first time since the son of a bitch dove off the cave at dove off the cage at WrestleMania, right? It's the first time he's fighting. Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that. Wow, SmackDown's really pulling it out. SmackDown's really doing stuff. What's going on over on Raw? Hey, Bailey, I want to know if you'll be my girl. That's what the audience, hijacking the women's segment of Raw, singing songs to Bailey. Charlotte was pissed. And you know what else? People were pissed. People are pissed because they think that the crowd shouldn't be hijacking the show. You go to the show to watch the show. You gotta stop being disrespectful to the talent in the ring. I actually think that's bullshit. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's cool if the audience participates in the show. It's a live audience. It's a live show. The audience should participate in the show. You actually want the audience to sit there and not react at all? No. I'm going to react. I'm going to chant. I'm going to yell. I'm going to scream. I want the wrestlers to acknowledge what the fuck I have to say, which is why I like to sit close. So, sure, if you can get the entire arena to sing a song to somebody, do it! I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think it's funny as fuck. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to discuss every single segment that happened on Raw and SmackDown because just some of the shit is just nobody cares. But what did happen that was funny was the New Day out in the ring with Carl Underpants and Puke Gallows and Enzo and Cass and the other guys. And then there was this funny promo because New Day was dressed up like Braveheart. Now, who remembers Braveheart? I do, because I'm old as fuck. But how many I mean, that's like, when I put a movie on from like 20 years ago for my kids, they're like, Dad, we don't want to watch this old man movie. Braveheart came out when I was like a teenager or something. So, I mean, how many kids were actually into the Braveheart? Maybe it was more popular because they were overseas and stuff. But anyway, New Day gets roasted by Carl Underpants and Puke Gallows when Gallows calls them nerds. Funny as fuck. And then there's a matchup, and Carl Underpants and Puke Gallows finally get another big win right here over the Screw Day, except it was a screw job, because the titles weren't on the line. These poor bastards are never going to get a break. We also got to see an argument between Stephanie and Mick Foley about who's going to face Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title at the Survivor Series. Is it going to be Rusev, or is it going to be Sami Zayn? Oh, I have a genius idea. Guess what we could do on a wrestling show? Have a match. Sure as shit, they have a match. It's an awesome match, and Sami Zayn wins. So Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler? That'll be pretty cool. Unless next week on SmackDown, it's been announced that The Miz is going to take on Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title. And it would actually make a lot of sense for The Miz to take back the title. Miz versus Sami Zayn. Face versus heel, rather than have Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler, who are both good guys. The WWE don't like to do those things. So I kind of think that The Miz is going to take back that title next week. So next week, you're setting up on Raw. They're going to have Brock Lesnar and Oldberg face to face. And they already had these funny as hell comments from Brock Lesnar. He's like, look, if Oldberg's going to have his wife and his kids at ringside, I have just a little bit of advice for them. Don't come. I love how Brock Lesnar, like, he doesn't need catchphrases or anything crazy. Just don't come. Because he plans on killing him. Don't come. So the main event was pretty cool because we had Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho, the best friends, versus Rollins and Reigns in a fatal four-way match. I mean, fatal five-way? Oh wait, I totally fucked up. I forgot that Braun Strowman was in that match. This is gonna be interesting. What the hell could happen here? Well, in the finish, we get to see Jericho gets drilled by Rollins, and then Roman Reigns hits a Superman punch, and Owens falls on top of Jericho in 1, 2, 3, and Kevin Owens gets the win, and Jericho's gonna be pissed that Owens pinned him. You're gonna put a crack in their fucking friendship, fuckers! Nobody wants to see the best friends break up. Over on SmackDown, the burial of the fraud villains continues. These poor fuckers. They actually are really good wrestlers. And I was excited when they were brought up to the main roster, just to watch the poor fuckers flounder. And now they're buried confirmed when they lose to Breeze Dangballs. Breeze Dango qualifies for the SmackDown Tag Team Survivor Series team, and fraud villains are gonna stay home. Over on the Blue Brand, we had the main event of Gay Wyatt. Hi, baby, Mr. Bitch. We had Luke Fapper and Randy Abortion go up against Dean Asshole, It's Gotta Be Kane, and James Ellsworth. And of course, James Ellsworth idiot antics cost them the matchup. Bray Wyatt gets the win right here in this match. And of course, to me, it was completely pointless. It's just more of Ellsworth being a thorn in the side of Dean Ambrose, and how long are they going to drag that out? Let's have James Ellsworth do something awesome. He's over. People love the dude. He's an inspiration to everyone. Way better than Bo Dallas has ever been an inspiration to anyone. Let James Ellsworth do something awesome, rather than be a pain in the ass to Dean Ambrose. But even though that was the main event of the show, that matchup ended the show, the announced main event of the show happened in the middle of the show. Does that make any sense to anyone? No. What was the main event of the show? Becky Lynch putting up her belt against Alexa Bliss. The match we didn't get to see a couple weeks ago at the paper screw. We got paper screwed out of that one. Well, anyway, this is what happened here. We got to see Becky Lynch retain the title, but Alexa Bliss's feet were on the ropes, and now there's more controversy. So guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna fight again. You know they're going to have another match in the future. Why? I'll tell you why. 'Cause brand split. That's why. So, Thank you guys for watching my Raw reactions. Thank you guys for watching my SmackDown reactions, sandwiched into one video with a bunch of stuff in the middle that we didn't talk about. Fuck you, grandma, subscribe. We didn't talk about the golden truth. Nobody cares. And also, tonight is the president, and whoever wins, we lose. Watch Hillary and Trump get put through tables on my wrestling channel. And if you're not down with that, we got 3 words for you. Eat it. Yeah!